Welcome back to Dockery's Dream Dolls. The journey as I heal and deal. Today joining us is my middle child, Athena. And you're how old?
23.
I forgot after 21. Do you want to say anything to introduce yourself?
That's it.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Go for it.
Were you when you heard what happened?
Well, when I heard that Dad called me and he said, do you work today? And I was like, no, like we're in the middle of a pandemic. I don't work today. I was supposed to work on the front yard with Travis's mom. Like his mom was already in the front yard working. And he was like, you need to come over. And I was like, why? He's like, you just need to come over. I'm like, okay, but like, why? And he was like, your mom's on the way to the hospital. And I was like, okay. And then I called Destiny and I was like, did Dad call you? And she was like, no. And I was like, Dad said Mom's on the way to the hospital and that I need to come over. And she was like, okay, I'll be there in a minute. And then I texted Travis and I was like, tell Shelly that I'm not just leaving and I can't work on the yard today because my mom's on her way to the hospital because she was already in her front yard working on it. And I was like, oh, this is so uncomfortable because I'm just bawling my eyes out. But yeah, I was just vibing but I didn't actually know what was wrong with you until I dropped Dad off at the hospital and he came out.
Yeah.
Well, I sat in my car for like 2 hours. I'm glad it wasn't this hot last May. I probably would have melted.
Yeah. Sorry for the noises. That's just Groot playing. God did do let puppies do what puppies do. What was going through your mind?
I don't know. It's just kind of like blank and like total freak out. Like at first I was like super like upset, and then when I got here I was like, because Destiny beat me here. I was like, what are you guys doing? And she was like, we're trying to find Mom's medical records. And then it was just like business from there on out. I was like, I found them.
Yeah.
I saved your life. But no,
they were all in the folder.
But I found them.
Yeah.
And then Dad asked me to drive him to the hospital, and so I just sat there, and then I had to update everyone. So that first day was just like crazy business.
It was crazy for me too.
Really? I never would have guessed.
Did you feel compelled to help? And if so, what did you do?
Well, I obviously didn't I spent as much time over here as like possible, but I mostly just drove Dad to and from the hospital, just because Dad was in no shape to be driving.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd admit that, but he was in no shape to be driving, and so I drove him to and from the hospital. If Dad wanted me to make dinner, Destiny and I would be over here, and then we moved Destiny in, so she had to take care of some of that stuff. But yeah, I mostly just drove Dad to and from the hospital, and the first day I did most of the updates, and then after that I was kind of waiting for updates.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mostly just drove him to and from the hospital.
when you first saw me at hospital, how did you feel?
I felt like it was like the first day of school. Like, I was so nervous because I, like...
You meet your no mom.
Yeah, like, I didn't know what it was going to be like, and I, like, didn't want to be bad at communicating with you. And so I was so nervous because I didn't know how hard it was going to be, and so I was just, like, so anxious. Like, I was like...
I got you trying right off the bat. Rip that Band-Aid off.
Yeah, yelling, always an effective method. Yeah, but I was really nervous before I walked in, and then we kind of just, like, I was really nervous because, like, you ordered, like, the pink iPad cover, and I was like, Mom's not a pink kind of girl.
I like it because I can find it easy, or because I have nothing else that pink.
That's true. Yeah, but I was nervous because most of what I got was like updates on like physical therapy and whatnot, you know. So I don't know. I wasn't really sure. And Destiny's dramatic. So you know, what I got from Destiny wasn't exactly like, oh, this is gonna be like a piece of cake. So I was just nervous that I was gonna be like bad at it.
She had visited me since I was at I.C.U. and the hospital in Tacoma. She hadn't visited me in rehab yet.
I thought
So
she went the week before. It must have been after.
I was pretty bad then.
Yeah. But she's also dramatic, so that.
Yeah, there's that. How did you feel about my haircuts?
It was like the second wave of like, oh, like life's gonna be different.
Yeah.
You know, like that first day was all business, and then I like woke up the next morning and just like this huge frantic. And I was like, oh my God, my mom could die. Like, that was like when it really hit me. And then it was like back to business, you know, because I wasn't really going to be good to anyone if I was just like sobbing my head off all the time. You know, Dad wouldn't have a ride to me from the hospital. And so when you shaved your head, like I just remember like my heart like sank. I was like, oh, like I think that's when it really set in. But you also looked like so happy.
Yeah.
And so it was a little bit of everything, right? Like it hit me that like,
and I got thumb up.
Yeah, like it hit me that life was gonna be so different from there on out, but it was also like really nice to like see you smile.
Yeah.
Because every other picture that Dad snuck of you, you're just like you're knocked out in the bed.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see you like smile, you know. 'Cause
Yeah.
at that point you were was that before you got your tooth fixed?
No, after.
After.
And I was given less drugs.
Yeah.
So I was more like, oh me,
Yeah.
getting back
Yeah.
to, when you didn't see me in, Tacoma Hospital, you seen me in rehab.
Yeah.
What did you think about my therapist?
It was a nice hospital, actually. Someone that I went to Pierce College with was working at the front desk, so That was nice. And then I was afraid I was gonna get lost or I was gonna like walk in the hospital, you know, because of COVID restrictions, and everyone was just gonna look at me like I was like some alien and wasn't supposed to be there. I was so nervous about getting lost. Like I asked for instructions like 3 times before I actually came down. But yeah, I mean, like I said, because I hadn't seen you before, like I was really nervous I was gonna be like really bad at it. But yeah, I think I only saw your speech therapist that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was nice. I liked her.
Yeah.
So I was glad that you had a good team there, but Dad already said you had a good team there, so I knew.
Yeah.
I was more worried about my performance than theirs.
You did good. You did good right off bat.
A for effort. Well, except making you cry.
Oh, yeah. You tell me cats died.
That was a crazy day, man.
Yeah.
You were in the hospital, Grandma was in the hospital, the cat died.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Aren't you glad you didn't have to deal with all of that? Just
believe this whole time my cat was alive. I even had Kitty in my Donna box.
Yeah, not my cat.
Yeah.
But just Kitty. Yeah.
I said.
I felt so bad. I was so mad because they didn't tell me. They weren't telling you.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't pass the memo.
I was, if Daddy was to be in charge of tell me, I wouldn't have known until I got home and saw there was no cat, and I couldn't deal with it then. So I'm sad that it had to be you, but I'm glad it happened when it did.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, I mean, you yourself are guilty of the wait till she notices thing. I don't want to wake her up. When Chloe died in my bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah. And you left her in there, so I woke up and tried to take a piss, and there's a dead dog on my floor.
And bacon.
And you were like, oh, we didn't want to wake you up by taking her out. Okay, well, I'm awake now. You didn't think about me waking up and using my bathroom. Yeah. So you're guilty of it yourself.
Yeah. What did you think about me coming home?
I felt like, you know, once you got to rehab, you coming home happened like a lot, like faster than like I anticipated. But I was excited. I didn't actually think too much about your wheelchair not being super easy to navigate around the house. So I'm glad you're really good at walking now, because that hallway is super narrow. But I was excited just for things to feel like more normal. Like obviously, like once you got home, like things just continue to be complicated, right? Like we all I mean, we had all like shifted our lifestyle already, but like it was less shared responsibility because like of COVID restrictions and like the hospital. And so when you came home, like it was just like another like lifestyle shift, and by the time you came home, things had started opening up again, so I was working again, and so it's just like I don't know, it's just like it was just like a really weird, like it's finally like real moment. But it was really nice because when you first got home, like I wasn't doing like the AmeriCorps thing anymore, and so I just had home goods, and that was like a part-time thing, and so we had all that time together because I don't think Destiny was working at the time. And so, you know, we went on that walk at the park and whatnot, and so it was just like a nice moment in time for us to all just like adjust like together with you being home. Actually, I think when you came home, because Lisa came over, so I think I was already at Piercing Pagoda. I saw Lisa when So yeah, I mean, but I don't know, somehow we found the time, and it was just nice to have the time to all be together, right? Because obviously we're all working. Destiny lives in wherever now.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. I'm gonna get it wrong.
Banaway?
Yeah, I think it's Banaway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now it was just nice to have all that time together to just like, adjust together. Because I know you were adjusting to being home, although it's probably more comfortable being home.
No.
No. Comfier bed?
No.
Are you saying you want to go back?
No. It's just a lot to get used to all at once, and the rehab doesn't have any way of getting family members ready, especially due to COVID.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw the boys.
Yeah.
They not have time to get used to me as I am now. That was hard, and this need really rained in my house, so I couldn't find anything. Makes it hard.
Yeah.
'Cause I couldn't find anything, and
You're just crazy independent. I don't know, I think we've always known that you're hard-headed, but I don't think we expected you to be still as hard-headed and independent when you came home. I think we were expecting a little more, like, dependence, which is, like, just to give you more time to, like, adjust, which is why I think it was all done with good intentions.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, 'cause no one was up here to tell me where it was.
That's why you got the doorbell.
No, for emergency. What were your worries about me coming home?
I don't think I had any specific worries about you coming home. I think it's just like after I saw you like at the mall for the first time, and like you called out my name, and like I saw the way like people looked at you, and I wanted to like fight them immediately. Like just like that immediate rage, then I like realized like I have to like worry about like people being like mean to my mom.
Yeah.
You know, like I have to worry about her like being looked at, you know, like she's weird or like walked around like she's like a huge inconvenience, like you're not annoyed by it too, you know. So yeah, I don't think that I really had any worries until I like saw what I needed to like worry about.
It becomes normal for you, and then people look at me funny, and then it's becomes not normal when it should.
Yeah.
Because many people are this way, and they end up not being out in public because the way they talk and the way they move, everybody mows them over and looks at them funny, so they don't go out anymore. I think that's that.
Yeah.
what do you think about me celebrating my 1 year stroke anniversary?
I think it's like crazy that it's been almost a year, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like a lifetime, you know, because so much has happened in the last year, but it also feels like it's, like, flown by.
Yeah.
Right? Like, since then, I've, like, started school. Like, I am. What quarter is this? Is this, like. This is spring quarter, so I'm already, like, halfway through with my first year of school. And so much has happened. Like, Destiny moved out. She bought a house.
Yeah.
There's 2 new puppies in the family. Like, I have 2 more cats. Like, so much has happened in the last year that it feels like a lifetime. But it also, like, feels like it went by so fast. Like, I felt like I just ran through the last year.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of, like, nice to just sit back and, like, reflect on it. Like, really reflect on it. Because I feel like when we were running, like, through it, I don't think anyone really took the time to, like, think. Like, I know I didn't. Like, I think I just had 2, like, oh crap moments, and that was when you shaved your head in the morning after you had your stroke, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of nice to just, like, reflect on that, like, reflect on those, like, feelings, and then, like, celebrate, like, how far we've, like, come.
Yeah.
You know?
Most definitely.
Yeah, so.
And there's more to come, because, stroke always improves, as long as you're working on it. It may not be as fast as was in early days, but who knows? I could be singing and talking in no time.
Yeah. Gotta build those neural connections.
Yes. And kicking your butt.
No, we can.
Working on the knee.
That one's tiny.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have Daniel read it.
Okay.
If you could say one thing to a friend or family member of a stroke survivor, what would it be?
I would say that, like, as hard as it is, like, regardless of, like, how you're feeling, like, it's really important to be, like, selfless, if that makes any sense. Like, selfless in, like, the recovery, right? Like, it's really easy to be like, oh, this is really hard on me, and, like, sulk in that.
Yeah.
But then I'm neglecting, like, you, and then I'm isolating you.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, prepare for, like, a change, and a change in attitude, like, especially, because the people who have done the most for you, I've noticed, are the people who've just, like, embraced you back home with, like, open arms. Like, nothing ever really happened.
Yeah. However I'll be.
Yeah, and so it's, like, I've noticed the people that have been the most helpful to you, like Kanoe and, like, Tiffany, like, they act like nothing ever happened. I mean, yeah, I saw what was going on when, you know, last time Kanoe was over. And it's, like, it's hard, you know, like, there's your own, like, emotional, like, this is, like, really hard, it's really difficult, because it's really difficult to see someone that you love so different. But, like, you're the same person.
Yeah.
You know, and so, like, as hard as it is for, like, us, like, we had our time while you were in the hospital, and we kind of, like, I don't want to say got lucky with COVID, but, you know, we had, like, delayed time to, like, keep you at, like, arm's length and, like, process that in, like, private. So, like, when you came home, it was so important that, like, we just accepted you, like, as if nothing ever happened, because you're still the same person. You will still yell at me. You just did it today, right? Like, nothing's really changed.
I just do more grunting, but you still know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I'd say like be selfless, and the reason I say that is because it's so easy to just get caught up in like how I feel,
Yeah.
you know, and
Feel your feeling, but get over.
yeah, like it shouldn't affect, like I shouldn't, like, okay, like I avoided you a little bit in the hospital because, you know, I was scared that I was going to be like bad at it, or I was just going to break down and cry the whole time and you'd like feel bad, and I was nervous that like I wasn't ready for that, and like I needed to feel those feelings, but Dad was like, you're going next Saturday, and I was like, okay. You know, so I had to be ready, you know, and from then on out, like I realized like I just needed to treat it like everything was like normal, because I've noticed that the people who've been the most helpful to you are the people who just embraced you with open arms, and the people who've maybe like hurt you a little bit in this are the people who have chosen to like be more hurt from it than to like grow from it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's tough, and yeah, I still have a lot of feelings, and it's not always easy.
But I am going through stroke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hard for me, and I can't go out and visit other people because I can't drive, so they have to come here.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like I guess it helps because like I'm back in school and we had to do like therapy sessions like my first quarter, so like I had the time to like work through that. But I mean, I guess if that's what you need, that's what you need. Go and do it, because that person's gonna need you more than ever. And it's not that it's ever gonna get easy, like it's not easy, you know, like when you, me, and Dusty went out the other day, like Girls' Day looks a little bit different. You know? Like when you walked off, I was like,
yeah, that drive me crazy.
You walked off.
You won't let me.
Well, it's because I get nervous that like people are gonna be like mean to you when you walk off.
I'm used to it.
I'm not.
Some people are nice. Some people are mean.
Yeah.
But I'm used to it.
Yeah.
And I use those moments to educate people that don't know. They don't know joke. They know old people stroke.
Yeah.
Anyone that has a brain can have a stroke. And they disappear out in public.
Yeah.
Many people have stroke. You don't see them out in world. They disappear. So there is nobody educating them what stroke looks like physically and verbally. People think I'm deaf or dumb, and they talk loud or they talk baby to me. And it's just because they don't know any better.
Yeah, I definitely like notice that sometimes people will like address like me instead of you, and I'm like, I don't even live with her. I don't know. Ask her. Like, who am I to know?
You take care of her. You did hair. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It's just like, it's a process. That's just what I would tell people. It's like a process, and like do whatever you need to like deal with it. But like, I think it's like unfair when people like make it your problem.
Yeah.
Like I think that's been the hardest part, is when people make their feelings about your stroke like your problem. because that sucks. It doesn't feel good. It makes things awkward. It makes it feel like people who are supposed to just love and care for you, like, feel bad for you.
They want me to be the same as normal. Until then, they don't want to see me. But they need to understand I'm never gonna be completely normal. And I'm defining my new normal every day.
Yeah. Well, it's like, there's nobody in the world who probably wants you to be, like, back to your old self more than, like, you.
Yeah.
You know? And so I think it's, like, I think why I picked Selfless was because you have to be really selfless to step back and think about, like, someone else when the feelings you're feeling are so, like, intense. You know? Because that's what I was nervous about. I was nervous about dropping my feelings at the door, because what was I going to do for you if I just came in and bawled my eyes out?
You could hug mommy.
Oh, I had to make you cry and hug you.
You're so my baby.
Yeah, but it was just like, I don't know, that's not how I wanted the visit to go, because I knew it was probably going to be, like, one of the only times I, like, saw you.
You
I have something on my face.
For...
Oh, thanks, great.
Yeah. If you need to have sad feeling, and you don't need to leave at the door. I'm used to sad feelings, and it's okay to cry. I taught you that.
Yeah, but I wanted it to be, like, I don't know, I wanted it to be different. So I knew for me it wasn't going to be the time and the place, you know? Like, Destiny, when I saw you out in Tacoma, you know, she had her sad day with you, and I was like, I don't think I really, like, want that, because I knew it was probably going to be, like, a one-time thing.
I was not out for that. I don't remember a thing except for Destiny trying to get me to eat, and yeah.
Yeah, we tried really hard with that food, and you weren't having any of it.
My body needs to heal. It takes energy to eat, and I need it all the energy to heal.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my best advice. Be, like, selfless, and don't make it about, like, yourself, which can be really hard when you're feeling a lot of intense feelings, but, like, it shouldn't be about you. It shouldn't be about, like, even you, right? It's about, like, us as, like, a whole, you know, like, it redefined our relationship. You know, it redefines the way that we communicate, and I think focusing on that is, like, more important, because if you truly, like, love and care about someone, and if you don't want to be one of those people that just, like, peace out, you know, when, like, things get difficult, like, it's just what you have to do, and that's just what you have to accept. Otherwise, you're going to inadvertently be one of those people that peace out, you know, when someone gets hurt. And
yeah, and it takes time to get to know me, because there are so many changes. Like, I communicate better during morning. During night,
me too.
Yeah.
As I'm tired, my brain's shut down. Yeah, but I definitely, like, when you wake up so early now, so your brain's probably KO'd
4
by 7.
o'clock.
Yeah, but yeah. Well,
I take naps.
Yeah, my favorite change, though, is that you think I'm really funny now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you laugh at more of my jokes. That's my favorite change, is you think I'm funny now.
Yeah.
I've never been more hyped.
Looking.
Funny looking. Yeah. But yeah, you laugh at my jokes more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're still raunchy and, like, loud and funny and, like, unapologetically yourself. Like, you just, like, talk and move slower.
Yeah.
But you're still gonna, like, you're still, like, so hard-headed. You're still gonna make yourself, like, heard. Like, and you're not gonna let anyone treat you like a baby. So it's, like, if people would just, like, give you the chance.
Yeah.
You know, you'd show them that, like, it's not really different. And if you kind of just get over your own personal, like, blockage of that, like, nothing's really different. Like, I still tell you when you piss me off and I don't feel bad about it.
I did that this morning.
Yeah, I gotta...
Bits.
So nothing's really different. We just can't, like, have yelling matches at each other anymore.
Yeah.
It's just gotta be,
Because then I get mad and word salad.
Yeah, and then you cry, and then it makes
Me
feel bad.
frustrated with myself.
Yeah.
Because I can't say.
Yeah, just, like, short, sweet, to the point.
Yeah.
And then we diverge, and if anything, that's been better for our relationship. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely been, like, a crazy year. Like, part of me's like, I can't believe it's been a year, and part of me's like, I swear that was just yesterday, you know. But, like, it's been life-changing in, like, such a positive way. Like, I've changed so much as, like, a person, like, this last year, and, like, our relationship has changed so much this last year. And so, like, it sucks, and, like, I hate how hard you have to, like, fight every day. But, like, if anything, like, we spend more time together, you know, like, we find the good things, you know, like, we celebrate. You still listen to sad music.
Yeah.
Like, life has changed so dynamically, but its very core and its very spirit is, like, still the same. So we just, like, celebrate that core differently.
Yeah.
We're still, like, you know, two bulls, you know, hitting each other every single day. Like, you know, you still yell at Dad, like, that's not any different.
Yeah.
You still don't trust him to pay all the bills, right? Like, you could probably still beat me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably have a better left swing than I've got in me. Yeah, look at her. You gotta be strong to get through shit, right? I don't think I could. But yeah, so, I mean, yeah, we're still the same at the core. It's just everything surrounding it is different.
Yeah.
It would just be like if you woke up, it's like when you look up at the sky and the moon's, like, blue, you know, and that's celebrated. Like, that's so beautiful. People sit outside and wait for the blood moon every couple of years or however often it happens, and I think that's how we should, like, celebrate this. It's just a different moon.
That's good way of putting it. And we should celebrate the difference is in our communities better. The only place the majority of people I see that are different are at mall.
Yeah.
Because they're treated so much better. Because they have training to act better. Not at Walmart, not at restaurants, not at Target, anywhere.
Yeah. I think people's, like, biggest thing with, like, communicating with you is it forces them to, like, slow down, and everyone's just like, so go, like, let's get this done, like, so fast that it's like you not speaking fast enough is the end of the world.
walking across the street slow, and people are so impatient.
That's why last time I took you to puppy class, I just stood in the middle of the road. Like, what you gonna do? Hit me? What you gonna do? I'm gonna crosswalk. Like, I gotta make sure my mom can cross the road. I gotta make sure that you ain't gonna try anything. So, you know, I think it requires like a resilience and like a different type of like aggressiveness from everybody else. And I feel like it's probably like hard for you to like have other people like protecting you because you're like such like an independent person, which is why we actually had
that's my job.
Yeah, but it's like it is easier and it is faster, you know, just for us to like look at them, you know, because like we're clearly able-bodied, you know, and so it's like you just look at someone the same way they look at you, and then they're like, oh, this is uncomfortable. You know, like whenever you like call my name, I look around, and I'm ready to eyeball anyone that looks at you funny, you know, because it's like, I like make a conscious effort, like if I, like, when kids are crying or like anything that if you like look, it could make someone like uncomfortable or feel embarrassed about, I was just like, I don't look, you know, like, maybe you don't love listening to a child cry, but I promise you their parents don't either, right? So I just apply that to everything, and like there's so many people who like don't, and like even sometimes like at work, like I'll hear people like make comments about like some of the other like different bodied people that walk around. I'm like, does it really affect you? Like, does it matter? I was like,
you want to know how you know someone's staring? They run into you. It's like you turn the wheel of car the direction that you look in. The same with walking. And 100% of a time. At first, I couldn't figure out what was happening. I thought there was points from knocking over disabled people, but I quickly learned that it was because staring.
Yeah. And that's not, I don't like being stared at.
Instead of just asking, I don't mind people asking.
It's because I think asking is more rude than just staring or whispering. I think I hate whispering more than like than like staring. Like when they're like, I'm like, excuse you? Say it out loud. Say it louder. You know, I don't know. It just makes me so mad. Like it's the only thing that makes me more mad than people who don't use their turn signals. You know, I thought road rage, that was my peak rage, you know, and then you have this love for someone who is like, people just treat like garbage, you know, like
it's their loss.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want some stubborn, hard-headed woman yelling at them
in your corner?
Yeah, to yell at other people when she's not yelling at you.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, can you hug me from that side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for doing this with me.
And taking the puppy class.
Yeah. Join us next time for Dockery's Dream Dolls.